Howdy there folks, it's Amelia from Sleepopolis, and today we're going to be talking about sheets. Sheets are such an essential part of your bedroom setup, but shopping for them can be kind of confusing. There's a lot of different materials, a lot of terminology, and it's just hard to know which product is going to be right for you. Luckily for you, I have spent hours testing lots of different sets of sheets, so in this video I'm going to go over how to approach shopping for sheets, go over different types of materials and who they're going to be best for, as well as some tips and tricks of my own. Now, keep in mind that we could talk for hours about the many qualities of sheets, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to try and stick to the main talking points. You can always head over to sleepopolis.com for more in-depth information. All right, ready to dive into it? Let's get started. Materials are the most important thing to consider when you're shopping for sheets. Now, when you're looking at the materials used in a sheet, you'll want to distinguish between the actual material and the weave or knit type. So the actual material are the fibers that are used to create the sheet. And that can be multiple different types of fibers if you have a blend fabric. But those fibers are either woven, knitted, or otherwise constructed into fabric, which is used to make the sheets. Some of the most common types of construction include a percale weave, a sateen weave, a twill weave, flannel, or jersey knit. Percale is a style of weave that weaves one thread over and one thread under. This creates a crisp, light, and matte finish fabric. This is also sometimes called a plain weave. Percale is a great choice for hot sleepers because it is so light and breathable. A sateen weave is a style of weave that uses multiple threads over, usually 3 or 4 threads, and one under. This creates a satiny, smooth, and shiny fabric. Sateen also tends to be thicker than percale. Twill weaves are a little more complicated. Twill weaves use diagonal parallel ribs, created by weaving horizontal threads over 1 or more vertical threads and under 2 or more vertical threads. Twill is best known as the weave used to create denim, but it's also common in sheets. Twill is known for its visible pattern and for being very durable. Flannel is another style that's pretty well known as it's a popular material for shirts. Flannel is actually created using either a plain weave or a twill weave, but then it is napped on one or both sides to hide the weave and create that soft, fuzzy texture that flannel is known for. Napping is essentially distressing the spun fabric. And finally, jersey is another common style of sheet, although unlike the other ones we've discussed so far, jersey is a knit and not a woven fabric. Knit fabrics use a single loop yarn construction, whereas woven fabrics use the under-over pattern of warp and weft yarns. This is why jersey sheets don't have a thread count, because they don't use multiple threads. Now, there are a few different types of jersey construction, but in general, a jersey knit is going to feel soft, stretchy, and like that t-shirt material, which it is a common t-shirt material. Now let's go over some of the most common materials used to make these styles of sheets. First up, cotton. Cotton is one of the most widely used materials for sheets, either to make 100% cotton sheets or for blended fabrics. Cotton is a natural, fluffy fiber that grows on the cotton plant. It's valued for being durable, breathable, and soft, although construction will make a big difference. Cotton is used in just about every style I discussed in the previous section. There are also different levels of quality among cotton. Egyptian cotton and Supima cotton, which is grown in the United States, are considered among the highest quality cottons because of their long staples or fibers. Long staples are desirable, particularly for woven cotton, because they are less likely to pill, they hold the structure of the weave better, and overall lead to a softer, more durable sheet. However, the most common type of cotton is upland cotton, which has short staples. It is a lower quality, but also less expensive. Next up is another common sheets material, bamboo. Most bamboo sheets are made from bamboo viscose, which is made from the cellulose of bamboo. It's turned into wood pulp, which is then extracted and solidified and spun into threads that can be woven into the fabric. Bamboo sheets can be made with just about any weave style, but no matter which is used, bamboo sheets will generally have a silky, soft, and flowy texture. They are also a great choice for hot sleepers because bamboo is temperature regulating and moisture wicking. Plus, bamboo is often hypoallergenic. Now, on to Tencel. Tencel is a very similar fabric to bamboo viscose, but is made with eucalyptus instead of bamboo. Tencel is actually the branded name of Lyocell, but Tencel is one of the main manufacturers of this material. It overall has a very similar feel to bamboo with similar cooling and moisture wicking properties. Now, on to linen. It's made from flax fiber, which is another natural plant fiber like cotton. In fact, linen is a really old and traditional fabric. It's valued for being super breathable as well as its unique, somewhat coarse texture. Linen is really breathable because one, it is usually made with a very low thread count and a loose weave, so air can flow through it easily. And two, the actual flax fibers themselves are very hollow, further promoting breathability. However, keep in mind that linen has a much more textured feel than most other styles of sheets, and it tends to be pretty pricey. Next up is polyester. Polyester is a synthetic fiber usually derived from petroleum. It's commonly used to make clothing because it's super durable and inexpensive. However, polyester tends to be much less soft than natural fibers like cotton, so it can lead to a scratchier feeling sheet. If you're on a budget, polyester blends can be a good option to still get some of the benefits of a natural material like cotton. And our final material is silk. Now, silk is one of the most luxurious fabrics in the world of bedding. It's a natural protein fiber that some insects produce to form their cocoons. Silk is among the strongest fabrics in the world, but also among the softest and, well, silkiest. There's a reason so many other fabrics are described in relation to silk because its flowy, slick, and soft feeling is so specific and unique. It's also lustrous and shiny, making silk some of the most beautiful sheets out there. However, it does tend to be pretty expensive. However, keep in mind that silk and satin sheets are not the same thing. Satin is a style of weave that's very similar to a sateen weave, and most silk sheets have a satin weave. However, satin sheets can be made with any material like polyester, cotton, or rayon. Non-silk satin sheets can be a great option for budget shoppers who are after that silky feeling but need a little bit of a lower price. Now, of course, there are many other materials out there used for sheets, but I can't cover all of those in one video. So here's a few more things to consider when you're shopping for sheets. If you sleep hot, what pocket size you need for your fitted sheet, what style of pillowcase you want, what colors and patterns are offered, and any extra features like additional straps or tags to indicate the long and short side. All right, well, that was a lot of information about sheets. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do want to go more in depth on any of the topics we covered in this video, head over to sleepopolis.com. We have a lot of articles and guides breaking this stuff down further, and we have a whole sheets buying guide article that really goes a little bit more in depth than we're able to in this video. I also recommend checking out our video here on our YouTube channel about thread count, which is another really important factor when you're shopping for sheets. Well, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!